$8,000. That is how much of a liability this homeowner made when they leased the property themselves, missing one crucial step. I'm going to walk you through exactly what they did wrong, and then I'm going to show you how they got to this problem. And then, not to gatekeep, I'm going to show you at the end how for a couple $100 you can do this yourself and protect yourself. So single family homes, condos are exempt from the just cause ordinances, but if you see here, tenant must be provided written notice of the exemption when you do the lease. This is where the owner missed a step, which means they fall under all of the just cause ordinances. And then we have local ordinances that have added on to that depending on geographic location of the property. Now let's look at the next step. This is where it gets a little complicated. All of our local jurisdictions have passed their own ordinances adding on to the just cause state level. Goleta and City of Santa Barbara are 2 times the rent. Carp is 2 times the rent, or $6,500, whichever is greater. And the County of Santa Barbara, which is where this property owner fell under, is 3 times the rent HUD value, or $7,000, whichever is greater. Now let's see how HUD value is calculated. We need to go to the County Housing Authority website, pull up their calculators for South County, which is where we fall under, and a 1-bedroom is $2,900 a month. She was charging her tenant $1,400 a month, but because she missed disclosure and now wants to terminate the tenant because she needs to sell the property, based off the HUD value of $2,900 a month for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, she needs to pay the tenant $8,700 in displacement. Even though this property falls under the exemption because she missed that notice, that is the legal responsibility for her. Now I'm going to show you next steps on a great local resource on how you can mitigate on not missing this yourself. You're going to go to the Santa Barbara Rental Property Association, sbrpa.com, and become a member. This is their website, and I'm going to show you exactly the cost and steps and which form you need to get. So when you go to become a member, they're going to ask you their enrollment fees. They try to include a bunch of other things that help support their government and local landlords and try to have a voice in this community. But if you ignore all that and just say, hey, just the one-time enrollment fee for once a year, say how many units do you manage? If it's one, it's $5 per unit, which is $230 to become a member and access all of their legal forms. Once you get to their legal forms, you're going to see a big disclosure saying, do not use these without consulting an attorney, because there are lots of gotchas nowadays. They do not provide legal advice, but they do provide resources to try to help mom and pop landlords. All right, so if you go over here, you'll see notice info 004 1482 notice requirement. This is 9 out of 10 most common pitfall I see with self-managed landlords. I generally don't even recommend people lease properties themselves because of how complicated the state and local ordinances are becoming. Hire a manager, have them lease it out, and then if you want to self-manage, go for it. SBRPA has also a fantastic lease. A lot of other forms and information, highly recommended if you still want to go it yourself. And thanks Mission City for trying to be a community resource for everyone to help navigate these ongoing changes.